Talk about it.
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 We can say this is bad, this is bad. It doesn't mean nothing if we can't prove to them or show them. And how do we show them? Straightforward, blunt, in your face, let's talk about it.
People that have the accurate information, that have taken the time to educate themselves and are informed, need to talk about it. They need to share what they know. When they hear misinformation, they need to correct it. We have to counter some of the messages that are out there and then prepare ourselves to actually speak up and speak out. If you get impacted by alcohol and other drugs, it's not just you. It's not a decision that only impacts you. It impacts the whole community. It impacts your family. It impacts the people you love and that you care about and that care about you.
Having the conversation gives people a hope that, hey, don't minimize what's going on. Don't minimize how it's affecting you. There's help for it.
It's such a prevalent issue. You know, most people know at least one person who's been affected by addiction in some way. And I would venture to say most people know a lot of people, even if they're not aware necessarily, because it's so stigmatized and we just don't discuss it openly. And that's something we really want to change.
It's unfortunate that our culture and society gives mixed messages that throw us off, and it causes people to wonder what's real and what's not. I think it's important for us to understand the real life stories.
My testimony, I'm a recovering drug addict. I got 25 years sober. So who better to help another one other than one that's been through it already? That's the way we bring change.
We want people to identify recovery as a strength. One of the best things that someone can do to support someone who's experiencing addiction or wanting to, open up a path of recovery is to be a consistently loving force in that person's life, in whatever capacity that means. That is one of the most important and powerful things that someone can do as an ally.
My girls at their age are already asking a lot of questions. They're in the imprint years right now, and it's super important right now to kind of help guide their psychology. It's a conversation that I often, as a father, pray about. I just want to make sure that the way that I'm led to have the conversation doesn't make them feel isolated from their friends, but at the same time draws the leader out amongst them. I do believe that the social influence, especially social media, is a huge influence on the way that kids are learning and perceiving.
For parents, I would suggest that one of the most effective ways that you can help your kids make good decisions is to model good decision making. So for some people that might maybe inspire them to examine their relationship with alcohol, examine their relationship with marijuana or painkillers, opioids, and be open to having those frank conversations.
We do this because we care about them. We really want to help. We want them to be successful. We want them to live their very best life. And we know that alcohol and other drugs can prevent that.
I definitely take on the role of pre-exposure. Like, I believe that your kids should hear it from you first before they do someone else.
There are dangers embedded in this kind of behavior that you're going to have to deal with the consequences. Actions have consequences.
I think even the adult population has minimized what drug use really does. People have backed off of having the conversation because they feel like, well, things aren't as harmful as we were told.
It's important, I believe, for us to do all we can with organizations like yours and others to get the information to the people that need it the most.
At some level, we have to really, as a community, come together and say, listen, there's certain things that are killing us, that are harming us, that are keeping us from purpose, that are keeping us from real happiness, real healing.
In building community partnerships and building out those network of resources that all synchronistically work together to support someone from 360 degrees, that is one of the most effective things that can help someone who's navigating addiction and also to prevent addiction in the first place.
We're in this thing together. It's really important for people that have been blessed to come out of that storm to share their story, to let others know that recovery is possible. Let other people know that not only is recovery possible, you can recover with dignity. You don't have to be ashamed of your life and what you endured and what you went through. Look, you are a miracle. You came through something, but you have been blessed to come out on the other side. Now you have a message. You can share that message. You can help others to learn and take heart. There's somebody that needs to hear that recovery is possible. And they need not only to hear it, they need to see it. We want you to walk it as well as talk it. And when you do that, other people will believe and maybe they'll grab a hold of what you got.
Talk about it.
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 Talk about it.